It was probably early in 2001 when Jenny was complaining of shortness of breath, that she was feeling fairly tired often. And obviously that was a clue to Jenny that there was something wrong because, like I mentioned to you before, she has been a dancer, a soccer player. She was always very active. So they did notice that her blood pressure was elevated, and they put her on medication to treat that. One Friday, she called me at work and told me she was not feeling very well. She was experiencing again some palpitations. On that particular day, she was having some pain in her jaw. She was also experiencing some pain around her shoulders and a little bit of discomfort in her arm. And it was early Friday, and I was at work, and I asked her if she felt that she needed to go to the emergency room or get an ambulance, and her dad and I would meet her there.
I was at work, I got the call, and Reyna had told me that, Jenny was going to the hospital and so forth, and, we weren't sure what was going on. So, I left work wondering what the problem was.
Jim and I, her dad and I met her there. She was in the emergency room probably for a couple of hours.
After we'd heard all the clinical comments made and what the perspective was, their perspectives, Jenny looked up to her mother and I from the bed and, with this pensive look, and basically said, "I know my body, something's not right."
And like I said, that was Friday afternoon. After we left the hospital, I took Jenny home. That evening she was feeling okay, kind of tired. She stayed home. We got up the following morning. We had breakfast together as a family in the patio, and she asked for her dad to make her favorite breakfast, and of course he did. And that was like at 8 o'clock we were finished cleaning up the kitchen, and she said at that moment she was feeling a little warm.
She was perspiring quite a bit, so she needed to cool off, and the basement was a lot cooler during that period of time than the house was. And so, she went down there to cool off.
All of a sudden, her puppy, who she had gotten from the shelter, started barking and just kind of not acting right.
I do remember the dog barking, and a few, as I recall, a few seconds, it was probably a minute or two after she went down.
And so we followed the puppy to the basement, and we found out that Jenny was not breathing properly. At a certain moment we noticed she was not breathing at all, and we called 911, and they came, and by 8:30 that morning, Jenny has passed. It's the following year that I believe the Go Red, a couple of years later, that the Go Red started, and we've been involved with American Heart since 2001, and it has been a partnership that we hold very dear to our heart. And I know you're trying to get the message, and we support that. And at any time that we get the opportunity to address the women in our community or somewhere else, we take the opportunity to do that, and realize that if it happened to us, it happened to Jenny, who said, "I know my body and this is not right," that perhaps they stayed at the hospital, they asked for a second opinion that day or go somewhere else, but do not take, anxiety or "you're young, there's no way that this can happen to you" as the answer, but listen to your body. And if you know that something is not right, don't stop there. Just go ahead and get some help.
I would encourage women everywhere to do as Reyna has on the back of her car, when her license plate says "listen" on it. I would encourage every woman and man to listen to what their body's saying and take action. If you're feeling any of the symptoms, take action. Go to the emergency room and let somebody see you if you feel any of the symptoms. Just be aggressive. I would call it assertive in that area. Be assertive in your health care, and make sure you're getting the care that you need. And to satisfy your questions that you have.